with Hogan not being there in the office that day to introduce and all that, it was a bit intimidating. But the office was a small place back then. It was not a big place, and it was. I mean, I knew going in, talking to Vince he's a promoter. I'm a wrestler, and all I can do is tell him what I can do for him, not what I want or what do I need from him, because I don't think that's ever a good way to approach a job interview. You tell them what you can do, and not ever mention what do you know. If he'd asked me, well, what kind of money you're looking for, I'd say, I'd pay me what you think I'm worth.
Okay.
And actually, that's kind of how it was, and that was kind of our deal. If you give me a chance and I do good, pay me. If I don't do it, if I can't get the job done, you don't got to fire me. I'll pack up and leave anyway.
Was he sold on you from the get-go, or did it take some convincing to get behind the character?
I think when because he wanted to see some material on me because he didn't know me at all. He'd heard about me.
Right.
I mean, he's got his thumb on. I mean, he knew I'd worked on top and Memphis and the Blonde Bombers, and he even mentioned that. And you don't look like a Blonde Bomber anymore. Well, of course not. And anyway, I showed him the tapes, and I knew from what I would want to look at from someone, it was a small clip of a match where I go out, I do a little bit, and then I get the guitar and I'm beating the shit out of this guy. I'm hitting him about 10 times. And then there was an interview segment where I did an interview, and I did the interview was like 3 minutes, and I did it by myself holding a microphone with no one there.
Right.
And that pretty much sold him me in the jumpsuit and holding the microphone, the whole gimmick, and holding the guitar and talking for 3 minutes. Because to be able to carry an interview back then was very important. Obviously, I don't need a manager to talk. I don't need the Captain Lou, or I don't need Bobby Heenan, and I don't have to have a prop. And Elvis loved the music stuff because he wanted to be he had tried promoting music in concerts before. Now he does it, he promotes concerts. He had the Rolling Stones concert that came in New Jersey, and he was the one that put that up on the satellite. Had all his camera crew and all his production people that did that concert. He loves those big trucks and buses and vans. And hell, when the WWE comes to town for a pay-per-view, it's bigger than the Rolling Stones. He's got 50 trucks and buses and bullshit out there. Hell, you can't even find a place to park. They take up everything around the building.
Right.
But he was taken away with that, with the Elvis thing, the music thing. And of course, he was a 50s guy. He grew up in the 50s, and he knew all that stuff. And Vince's very intelligent and very knowledgeable about a lot of things. And so he envisioned little kids wearing jumpsuits and Elvis wigs and sunglasses and little guitars.
He wanted you as a face.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I told him flat out, I said, I haven't developed this character this way. I don't know if I can make it work the other way. And he was pretty sure we could get a rub off of Hogan, put me on some interview segments with Hogan and things like that. And the people just shit at it. It was horrible.
Right.
I couldn't make it work. I can now. I make it work perfectly now.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, I really wasn't smart enough to know how to make it work the other way. I think if he had given me some time to go back to Calgary and spend a month working on it, I could have made it work.
Right.
But to just be thrown out there then all of a sudden, because Stu kept me as a bad guy the whole time for the next 2 months. It was like 2 months or 3 months before they actually brought me in to get me worked in on the booking sheet. If they would have said during that 3 months, Stu, you need to switch me. They're going to bring me in as a good guy. Let me work on this, and I probably could have made it work.
Right.
Who knows? I might have been one of their big babyface stars.